Assalamu alaikum and very good morning, students. I hope you all are taking good care of yourself. So let's continue with English grammar, and today we would be continuing with the chapter Adjectives from the Grammar Gate textbook. So let's first revise the topic which we studied previously. So let's see the topics that we studied previously. And we studied adjective of number and adjective of quantity. So let's just have a quick recap of both the adjectives. Adjective of number depicts the number of nouns or their position or place in certain order, and they are used with countable nouns. Adjective of numbers can be classified into definite numeral adjectives, indefinite numeral adjectives, and distributive numeral adjectives. So, adjective of number is used to show the position or place. For example, the cardinals and the ordinals. And they are used for countable nouns only. Some of the examples of adjective of number are few, some, many, one, five, three, every, each, etc. And it is classified into definite numeral adjective, which is again divided into two parts, that is cardinals and ordinals. Cardinals means numbers 1, 2 and 3, and ordinals means the position, that is first, second, third, fourth. And distributive numeral adjective talks about each number or each person in the group. An adjective of quantity expresses an amount rather than the exact number. So, adjective of quantity is used with uncountable nouns, and they are identical to indefinite numeral adjective, but there is a difference in their usage. So, adjective of quantity shows us the amount, which is not an exact number, and so it is used for uncountable nouns. For example, few, some, many, much, all these are adjectives of quantity, and they are always used with uncountable noun. We already studied that some words which are used as adjective of number can also be used for adjective of quantity. Let's see an example over here. Here in the first image, you can see that there are mangoes in the basket. We don't know how many are there, so we can write some mangoes. So here some mangoes can be classified as indefinite numeral adjective or adjective of number. And in the second image, it shows a bowl of rice. Here we can say there is some rice in the bowl. So as rice is uncountable, we have used the adjective some to describe it. And here some can be said as adjective of quantity because it is used for uncountable noun. So here the adjective some is used for both adjective of number and adjective of quantity, but make sure that you have to use adjective of number for countable nouns and adjective of quantity for uncountable nouns. Now let's see the exercise which I have given you in the previous video. Please check the answers, students, and rectify it if they are wrong. So the exercise which I gave you was underline the adjectives in this sentence and write their types. Let's see the first one. There is some sugar in the brown tin. Here we have two adjectives. The first one is some, which is describing the noun sugar, and it is adjective of quantity, while brown is describing the noun tin, and so it is descriptive adjective. Let's see the second one. This CD is not useful to me. So here, this is demonstrative adjective, which is pointing out the CD, and useful is talking about the CD, which is again a noun, and so it is descriptive adjective. Let's see the third one. Few people speak Telugu in that area. Here also again we have two adjectives. The first one is few, and that is adjective of number because we can count people but we don't know the exact number, and that is a demonstrative adjective which is pointing out a specific area, that is a place. Let's see the fourth one. My brother has gone to see the new film at Anand Theatre. Here also we have two adjectives. The first one is my, which shows the possession of the brother and it is possessive adjective. And the second one is new, which talks about the kind of film. So it is a descriptive adjective. Fifth one, whose house is the large one in the corner of the streets? Here, whose is an interrogative adjective which is describing the house and it is also raising a question. And large is again describing the noun house and so it is descriptive adjective. Let's see the last one. They are living in a rented house because they are new to the city. So here we have two adjectives. The first one is rented, which is a descriptive adjective because it is describing the noun house. And the second one is new, that is also a descriptive adjective because they are describing the pronoun they. So students, I hope that you are clear with this exercise. So here I am giving you one more exercise which you have to complete using suitable adjectives. Let me do the first one for you. Those grapes are sour, but these are dash. So here the adjective which is suitable is sweet because if those grapes are sour, then these would be sweet. So you have to do the rest of the sentences by yourself. We will check it in the next video. Now let's move on towards our today's topic. So our today's topic is comparison of adjectives. Let's see the image over here. What does it say? It says this is a big ball. So here the noun is a ball. And what is big over here? Big is an adjective which is describing the noun. Now here there is only one ball and so there won't be any comparison with any other ball. Now let's see the second image over here. We can see there are two balls over there. One is blue and one is red. And the word bigger, it is describing the size of blue ball which is bigger than red ball. So the word bigger is another form of adjective big which is used for comparing two balls. Now let's see the next image. Here you can see that there are three balls and the yellow ball is the biggest among all the balls. So here the word biggest is describing the noun yellow ball. So biggest is an adjective and it is another form of adjective big, and it is used when we are comparing more than two things. Just like in the image we are comparing three balls. So students, we use big as an adjective when there is no comparison. We use the adjective bigger when we are comparing two things, and we use the adjective biggest when we are comparing more than two things. So now let's see the degree of comparison. What is degree of comparison? Adjectives are normally used to compare people, places, things, objects and ideas, and so these adjectives are said to be used for comparing the nouns, and they are said to be degree of comparison. Comparison of adjectives is based on same attribute of the nouns being compared. Just like in the previous example, we compared the balls on the basis of their size, and so whenever there is a comparison between two or more nouns, then it should be compared on the basis of same attribute or same characteristics. Now there are three degrees of comparison and they are positive, comparative and superlative. So let's learn the first degree of comparison, that is positive degree of comparison. The positive degree of adjective simply describes the single person, object, animal, place, or group without changing the form. They are said to be primary or simple form of adjective, and there is no comparison in this form of adjective. So the positive degree of comparison is considered to be the simple or the primary form of adjective which do not undergo any changes, and it is used to describe a single person or a single object, single animal, or a group of animal, but which is only singular in number, and there is no comparison in this form of adjective. Let's see the example. Here you can see the image of the ball. It says that this is a big ball. So here ball is a noun, and the word which is describing the noun ball is big, and big is considered to be positive degree, or you can say the primary form of adjective which is used to describe the noun ball. So the word big is said to be in positive degree, and it is the first or the primary form of adjective. Now let's see the comparative degree of comparison. The comparative degree compares two nouns with each other. So this form of adjective compares two nouns, that means two things or two persons. We can use as to compare two things or people that are equal in some way. For example, if I say Abdul is as tall as Ronak. So here you can see that we have compared two boys, and the attribute over here which is compared is their height, and as both of them have equal height, so we can use as before the adjective tall and after the adjective tall, and that is said to be comparative degree. Comparative adjective is followed by then when the things or people compared are different in some way. So comparative adjective is always followed by then when the things or people are different in some way. For example, if I say Peter is taller than Abdul. So here Peter and Abdul, their heights are being compared, but Peter is taller than Abdul. So we have to use word then after the adjective taller. Let's see the example over here. We can see that there are two balls over here, and the blue ball is bigger than the red ball. So the word bigger is describing the size of the blue ball, which is bigger than the size of the red ball. So again the attribute is same, that is the size of the ball, and the word bigger is used as a comparative degree for comparing two things. Let's see one more example of comparative degree which is followed by then. Here there are two images, one is of a girl and another is of a boy. Rachel is happier than Sam. So here the adjective happier is describing Rachel and Sam, but Rachel is happier than Sam, and the word then is used after the adjective happier, which is a comparative form of adjective because it is used to compare two people, that is Rachel and Sam. Now let's see the third degree of comparison, that is superlative degree of comparison. The superlative degree compares more than two nouns. So this degree of comparison is used to compare more than two nouns, that is more than two person or things. It is used to compare any number of nouns more than two. It means that superlative degree is used for comparing the things which are more than two, be it 5, 10, 15, 100, 1000. Whenever the comparison is between more than two nouns, we have to use superlative degree. Superlative adjective is always preceded by the. So, in this form of adjective, we have to use the before the superlative form of adjective. Let's see the example over here. Here you can see the image of three balls, and out of these three balls, the yellow ball is the biggest among all the balls. The word biggest is an adjective and it is describing the size of the yellow ball. And the size of the yellow ball is compared with the rest two balls in the image. So here you can see that there is comparison between three of them, and we have already learned that when there is a comparison between more than two nouns, we have to use the superlative form of adjective. So the adjective biggest is said to be superlative form of adjective. And we have used the before the superlative degree, that is biggest, in this sentence. Let's see some more examples. And over here, we need to learn that the superlative degree is always preceded by the. Preceded means it is followed by the. Let's see the example over here. The sun is the brightest star in the sky. So here the adjective brightest is said to be superlative degree, which is used to describe the sun. And we have used the before the superlative degree of adjective brightest. So students, remember that we have to use the whenever we are using the superlative degree, and the superlative degree is always preceded by the. Let's see one more example. This is the sweetest mango. Here the word sweetest is superlative form of adjective which is used to describe the mango, and it is comparing this mango with the rest of the mangoes. And here also you can see that we have used the before the superlative degree of adjective. So students, I hope that you have understood all the three degrees of adjective. So let's see one example related to all the three degrees. Here you can see the image of your favorite cartoon characters, that is Nobita, Sunio and Zian. So here Nobita is a fat boy. So here the word fat is an adjective because it is describing the noun boy. But we can see that there is no comparison. Nobita is not compared to anyone else, and so the word fat is said to be the positive degree of adjective. Let's see the second sentence. Nobita is fatter than Sunio. Here the word fatter is an adjective which is used to compare two of them, that is Nobita and Sunio. And so the word fatter is an adjective used for comparative degree. And you can see that we have used then after the comparative degree of adjective fatter. Let's see the third one. Zian is the fattest among the three. So here the word fattest is used to compare all three of them, in which Zian is the fattest one. So the word fattest is said to be the superlative degree of adjective. And students, you can notice that here also we have used the before the superlative degree of adjective fattest. So students, I hope that you are clear with the degree of comparison and understood all the three degrees of comparison, that is positive, comparative and superlative. We will continue with the rules of degree of comparison in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.